The last thing she said to this guy was, maybe jail isn't the worst thing in the world. What? Are you stupid? To win a free copy of Call of Duty World War II, all you have to do is like this video and subscribe right now to Trinity GX to enter my huge giveaway. The secret to winning my giveaways is to turn on notifications. Yo, what's going on, TGX Squad? Oh my god. Oh my gosh, for those who follow me on Snapchat and Instagram, you know what is going to come in tonight's video. You guys know what's going down. I posted a video on Snapchat and Instagram stating that my ex-girlfriend is probably a pedophile. Yes. Long story short, my brother sent me a text message late last night. I was cleaning my bathroom before I started the stream. And I'm like, what is this? I'm like, a news article? What? And I'm like, oh, that's my ex-girlfriend. Wait, in an orange jumpsuit? What? Oh my gosh. So I open up the article. I'm like, Kimmy, 6 counts? What? Going up for 6 felonies? 3 enticing of a child and sexual. Oh my gosh. So I'm like, I gotta read this whole article, TGX Squad. So sit back, relax, grab some popcorn. It's literally about to go down. I'm going to explain the whole story and I'm going to leave you with multiple questions because I have multiple questions about this case. So TGX Squad, sit back, relax, and enjoy. The news article states, Kimmy, a 23-year-old resident of blah, 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 is now facing several charges of sexual enticement and sexual assault of a student by school staff. According to the criminal complaint, a student from high school said he met her in the fall of 2015 when he was picking his brothers up from elementary school. At that time, she was employed by a company to provide care to after-school students. Let's keep going. There's a lot of questions I have right now. The dates just don't add up. But TGX Squad, let's continue. The victim stated that the defendant, Kimmy, the victim attempted to break up with her, but it was very difficult and she began to continuously pester him and text him constantly. A second victim, there's 2 victims in this TGX Squad, a student at high school, also came forward. He said he met her during one of his study hall periods. According to the complaint, Kimmy was employed by that school district to watch students after study hall and lunch hour sessions. The victim stated that they would watch movies and have sexual intercourse at her house. Okay, so I know you guys are probably really curious what is going on here. So my ex-girlfriend, as of right now, is 23, and she was a teacher at this high school. I guess like a study hall teacher. She really didn't teach much, but we have the text message, TGX Squad. But first, let me fill you guys in on a little backstory. Now, this isn't some random chick out of the blue where it's like, oh yeah, I knew she was going to be a pedophile when, you know, she was born. No, no, no. This chick was 4.0 student with honors, went to college, 4.0 graduation, the whole 9. She was very, very intelligent, and just, wow, just, so before you guys judge, I do want to put my perception out there after the fact, okay? Stay tuned. Here is the text messages. Here are the text messages days before court. She states, "Why are you acting like a jerk to me? LOL. Yeah, I was sitting there saying we don't talk like we only said one thing to each other, like I was lying so much about us. They questioned me and I said I'm done doing this, so I'm meeting with my lawyer tonight and said I quit today. I'm under investigation. The victim replies, did you delete the stuff? She says, yes, but I think they can still check what's been deleted.
You're a smart motherfucker, that's right.
I know I'm screwed. The victim says, I don't know. Maybe not since I've lied so much for you and he was believing me. WTF. I won't turn you in. Why would I do that? Yo, I like you and I like talking to you. I don't want to see you get in trouble. Defendant, Kimmy says, maybe jail isn't the worst thing in the world. Okay, so TGX Squad, you probably have a lot of questions. She's 23. The boy is 16. Here's what I find very, very intriguing. In the first paragraph, it states she's 23, and in the second paragraph, it states that they met in fall of 2015. Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but I can tell you fall 2015 was damn near 2 years ago. So if this boy is 16 right now, it means they met when she was 21 and he was 14. 7-year difference, pedophile. But we don't know the age. There are so many questions. Would it make a difference if the boy was 14 or 16 and she was 21 or 23? I don't think so, because I know the state she lives in, that's pedophilia right there, just saying. With that being said, let's talk about the stupidity of this chick. Now, she's very, very smart, but when it comes to law, when it comes to critical thinking skills, she is not smart. Her lawyer should have said, shut the f up! You do not text, you do not talk when you are under investigation, because they can pull your text, they can pull your phone calls. Simple as that, TGX Squad. Lesson learned. There's many lessons to learn from this, is not to do stupid crap. If you're under investigation, plead the fifth. With every source of communication. Simple as that. She says, here's the kicker for me, TGX Squad. The last thing she said to this guy was, maybe jail isn't the worst thing in the world. What? Are you stupid? That makes no sense. You do know 6 felonies in the state you're from. You're looking at 20 to 30 years in prison. Do you know that? Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you're going to get the light tap on the wrist sentence, which she just might get that sentence. Now, I do want to put my perception out there really quick. I do not believe that my ex-girlfriend, the future pedophile chick, I don't believe she was actively going after little boys, like how people are going to, perceive it that way. No, definitely not. What I think would happen is, she's 21, they're 14 to 16 in high school. You know how high school guys. So I think in her mind, her loneliness, her issues, she fell in this illusion of, oh, this guy likes me. Not realizing the age, well, probably wasn't age, but like not accepting that. So I don't think she was like, yeah, I gotta get hired at this school over here. Oh yeah, oh, 14-year-old brown boy, come here. No. That's how many people are gonna perceive that, and that's exactly what did not happen in my personal opinion, TGX Squad. I felt like issues happened in her life. A whole bunch of stuff happened, and, she meets these guys, and it's both of their faults. Now, she gets the poopy end of the stick, which is going to be 10 to 30 years in prison, not jail. Maybe jail isn't the worst thing in the world. It's not. But I can tell you, prison is. Prison sounds horrible. Man, I think the worst thing in the world is prison. The first worst thing in the world would be like a saw trap. It's time to play a game, Trinity Squad. Yeah. No, that's the worst thing. The second worst thing is prison. I don't care. But TGX Squad, that is the story of my ex-girlfriend about to be a pedophile. Stay tuned for the update coming in a few months. Here are my predictions, TGX Squad, when it comes to this story. I think she's going to get a slap on the wrist if she, cooperates with law enforcement, saying, hey, I did something stupid. I was talking to these guys, I caught feelings, and I did not use logic when it came to their age, when it came to talking to them. So I think she'll get a couple years in, not even prison, just jail time, actually. A couple years in jail, slap on the wrist. She'll be out by the age 30, at least, between 27 and 30. And I also believe, she's gonna have to register as sex. He's gonna have to register as a pedophile. Oh shit! You know how embarrassing that is, because it's public knowledge, and you have to. Shit. Your life, your life is pretty much ruined. Just saying. But TJ Squad, if you guys made it this far, I want you to use the hashtag pedo. Hashtag pedo. PADO. Oh man, I'm done. I'm out. Yes, hello. My name is Kimmy, and I'm just hoping for a little boy tonight.